Looking at the rate at which fake news is spread on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms, one would be forced to think that the social media is more harmful than beneficial to our society. But nonetheless, sharing of fake news and unverified information is not a new thing and has been around for centuries. However, the internet is the only latest means of communication to be abused by people spreading lies and false information. When we talk about false information, we refer to any written or verbal statement or misrepresentation of fact that is not true and that was made intentionally without recourse to verification. False information can also be a purposefully crafted, sensationalized, emotionally charged, misleading, or totally fabricated story that mimics the form of mainstream news or facts. Looking at some of the motivations behind fake news, it can be said that fake news is sometimes as a result of a person's desire for monetary gain via advertising, and other times it could be solely to mislead people for criminal or political purposes, as well as for personal vendetta. Adam Boluber's research on democracy and fake news in cyberspace reveals that fake news is spreading much faster and more effectively in today's society and is misleading many people. As a result, democratic processes such as elections and electoral campaigns are also adversely affected. Since elections are competition to control what is in the world of domination, there is bound to be deceit, propaganda, and falsehood in communicating one's objective in any space, of which cyberspace is no exception. Social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and WhatsApp provide the opportunity for such fabrication of information, which shakes the foundation of social and political organizations. Whatever the reasons people find to spread fake news, it still doesn't mean the act should be encouraged. Governments, companies, and users are all waking up to how serious public opinion manipulations as manifested in fake news can be. Governments are starting to recognize that fake news is something that must be actively fought. Various government agencies are now setting up services to debunk stories that they consider to be false. They are also considering imposing regulations and punishing sites that do publish false information. Europe has raised concerns about fake news while warning that there are no easy solutions to this issue. After pressure from European bodies, social networks, which are heavily leveraged on spreading fake news, seem to be taking steps in the fight against fake news campaigns. For example, Facebook recently published a report describing its approach against fake news. It is expected that similar actions will be initiated by various stakeholders whose businesses heavily depend on information. But this should be handled with care, as governments, particularly in developing countries, could seize this opportunity to abuse freedom of speech and calls by citizens for accountability and transparency in government.